Hi, Ryan from Metro Hobbies. Today we're going to have a look at taking care of your little radio control car bodies. A little bit of preventative maintenance before you take them out from new will make them a little bit more robust and last longer. And if you do have a mishap, the same process of reinforcing them will also help you repair them. The most vulnerable parts on most little model cars is the front end. You're going to drive into things, they're going to hit, they're going to bend, and they will start cracking. Polycarbonate is a very, very tough material, but there is a point where it will start breaking. So if we put a little bit of reinforcing in the danger areas, it'll make it a little bit more resistant to some of the impacts and of course make it last a lot longer. One of the materials that's quite important using is this type of mesh, which is available at hardware stores. It's actually used in the plastering game when houses are being plastered and they join plaster boards together. They actually put this stuff on the plaster board to help the plaster stay in place. And we're going to do exactly the same sort of thing with the glue, holding it onto the bodies. So generally, cut off a little bit. Don't put too much on because you don't want to be carrying unnecessary weight. Cut off a little bit to put in the area that you need to reinforce. It does have a very, very low tack on it, so when you press it in, it will generally stay in the area that you put it. And then a very, very good product, body armor that we sell. Get a hold of a bit of that and put it on. Now, I strongly recommend using your fingers, but don't use your fingers without gloves because it is a chemical and you don't want the stuff going into your skin. So just a little bit squeezed out onto your finger, go to the area where you want it and just basically squish it in over the mesh tape that you've just put on. You don't have to put too much on because again, unnecessary weight, but enough to make it adhere and to give you the strength that's required. Just a little bit more on the side here. And there you go, it's as easy as that, but if you didn't know about it, you wouldn't do it. With model cars that have had a bit of a rough life and have had that inevitable front end damage, and the front end's actually torn right away, what you need to do firstly is get a bit of sticky tape and tape up the damaged area from the outside just to hold the parts where they belong to, where they should be. Because once you put the glue on, if everything's crooked, the glue will keep it crooked and it'll stay like that for the rest of its life. So just basically tape up the area that's damaged to keep it still, so when you're working on the inside, everything is going to be nice and straight and eventually work properly. Whenever you buy a brand new model car body like this, it's polycarbonate, it's all clear, and you actually have to cut the wheel arches out and trim around the sides of the body. And I always recommend, when cutting off the excess bits of plastic that are on there, is to save the really nice straight clean flat bits. So end up with a piece like that. Put that away for safekeeping because it is very, very useful down the track. What I generally do is cut out a nice little square section. You can cut them round, but it's always hard to cut a perfect round circle, but a nice little square section. Have it like that. Hole punch is pretty handy, but you can drill it as well. Just push it inside there and bang a hole in it. Now basically what you've got is a little bit of plastic with a hole in it. Take your adhesive, just put some around on the one side of the polycarbonate, of course. Spread it around evenly. And then with something that you can locate, a screwdriver is great, through the hole, and then from the inside through the body mounting hole in the body. Push that down there, give it a good squeeze in, and what you've effectively done there now is reinforce the body post hole, which can tear as well if your car spends a lot of time on its roof at high speed. So with all your bodies nice and clean and well protected, try and keep them on the wheels and they'll last a very, very long time. Have fun in the dirt.